everybody, and welcome. It's beautiful to look around.
10 o'clock. What do you think about it?
I personally was sad.
I was very happy.
Let's play out the roles. That's going to be painful, but fun. You don't like what's happening here? You're free to go and give you the money back. Is it good for you to come out and stand for your ground in public? So, 10 o'clock. Yeah? What do you think about it?
I personally was sad and a little bit overwhelmed by all the new news. For me, it's kind of like a maybe once-in-a-lifetime chance, because yesterday when we wanted to shorten the lunch break, there was not much enthusiasm for this. And now we have 1 hour less in the day, so for me it was like I was sad.
You were sad.
Sad, yeah.
I was very happy.
What?
I was very happy because I was having a lot of trouble to process what I saw yesterday, everything, all the emotions, all the situations, and all the levels I have to process with. So I felt in a kind of a black hole in sleep.
So instead of having a general
Talk.
conversation about this, let's play out the roles.
Great.
There's a polarity here. Okay. So we would like to suggest that we do a role play. Ellen and me, we do a role play, and then we can try to get into the essences. Right? That's going to be painful, but fun. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be a little painful. Okay. So I'm going in the one that says, I'm going to miss an hour.
Okay. So I'll say, I was relieved. There was so much for me to process yesterday, and I was relieved to have more time and space for all of that.
Well, it's easy for you to say because you have that, again, you're going to be in another seminar next week, and you're going to be in another seminar months later. And but for me, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm going to miss a whole hour, and I miss out on that.
Okay, but more time is not going to give you more richness and more depth in what you receive. It might even make it less.
What do you know what's good for me? In the beginning, it said it's going to be so and so and so many hours, and now an hour was cut out of that. I actually also paid for that, and I paid the nanny for that and all of this. So you're not sticking to the contract, so you've got to change back to a longer hour.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, so that wasn't staying with the contract, last thing, so you've got to change back to the original schedule.
I'm on your side. So how about this? You don't like what's happening here? You're free to go and we'll give you the money back. Leave the seminar and we'll give you your money back.
You
Tempting.
also
Tempting?
speechless me.
Why? I don't want you speechless. I want to continue this interaction.
Oh, okay. Wow. I guess I don't know how to go on. So I don't want, thank you. Yeah, so we'll give you your money back. You were free and you got a free day yesterday.
I don't want the money back. I want you guys to change back to the contract that you have. If you don't stick to the contract that you have, I'm going to sue you for contract breaking.
Okay, then I say, that's okay. Enjoy whatever you have to do. Go ahead and do it.
How can you be so detached?
How can you be so detached?
Well, you make this a legal issue. So the moment this becomes a legal issue over there, so this is a thing for lawyers, right? So lawyers make their money by staying polarized and by winning their side. But I'm a deep democracy person over here. If it means that your legal threat is going to pan out and it's going to be the end of DDI, it's because DDI was meant to end. So legal things don't threaten me over here.
I love DDI.
Well, you're not supposed to.
I switched.
Oh,
it switched.
to switch side.
Yeah,
Okay.
it switched me.
Really? What do you love about this?
Well, from here, I find it exhausting to be in a battle back and forth, where there's, in one way, you could say no winner
Okay.
is a relief for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So this is a cool spot in this one.
Yeah.
But now, how about we go one step further? How about, say over there, I'm missing out.
For me, this is a one-time opportunity, and I'm missing out.
I understand that. I understand that. So even this interaction that we have here now, you and me, is a one-time opportunity. It'll never come back. What do you want out of this interaction? You want us to get closer, or you want to just say your opinion, or you want to be right? Make this conscious decision and go for it, because it might be not just a one-time opportunity in terms of process work, but we don't know what's going to happen when we walk home. Every moment, every interaction is a one-time chance in your life. Is it good for you to come out and stand for your ground in public? Is it something that you want in order to get closer? Is your need to say, I want more of this, because you're too shy to say you love this? But I know what I want. I want this out of conflicts for us to get closer with each other. I'd like to understand you better, why and how that's happening, what's happening over you.
So I don't know what this one would say,
Okay.
but I was moved by it very.
I feel now, as I'm no longer in a role play, I want to apologize to you. I would have liked to have the time to have a whole group process and getting some feedback on it. So the idea is, let's experiment with how that goes today. If at the end of the day, you guys feel that now you wouldn't want to go back to starting at 9 o'clock, I'm open to it. If you feel you lost that 1 hour, I'm happy for those who lost 1 hour to stay an hour extra tomorrow. Just need to know.
Yeah, super.
What do you think? Is that okay? Okay. Yeah. And what do you think about every interaction is your last one? And every interaction is an opportunity for you to reflect what you want out of it. Okay.
It sets my mind on being sharp and present.
I love how you said that.
For me, I thought many things that we witnessed in the center were heartbreakingly, for me, beautiful, painful, difficult, and mysterious. I thought these are like an amazing thing to be on this planet. This is an amazing thing to be on this planet and journey on this planet for a relatively short time and end up in the situations like the people worked on yesterday, I think, and the struggle of being in the middle of this. Just think of like the work lose his work at the end. Is Lucy still here? Yeah. Hi. Like end up in a situation like this and trying to find how is this meaningful for me? I think it's an amazing thing. And I think that is a one-time opportunity, I think, for all of us to learn.
I love how you say that.
So I think we don't have a majority consensus. So there's we talk something about implicit consensus, that in process work it doesn't mean we don't think that everybody has to agree. But I think, am I right to think we have more or less a consensus for today to just leave this topic for the day and then revisit it maybe before we leave and see what we want to do tomorrow?
I was going to offer, I am a theater pedagogue and I have an English song because somebody said maybe do something together. So I would offer to be here at 9, and if people want to get to know each other or sing or do some activity together, I'll be there.
Oh, cool. You offer that for tomorrow?
Yeah.
In case we don't start at 9.
That's nice.
Nice. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful of you. Thank you. One of the things that happened in our work in Africa is, over the years, we learned a lot, and the community, we changed, and the community that was, the African community that was there, we learned together, and all of us changed. And DDI got changed through it, and our way of teaching got changed through it, etc., etc. And one of the things that I wanted to share this morning is, supervision, right? So supervision was always something that sort of supervision translated means super, you are above, looking down at something. So supervisor is the person who looks down or from a distance and sees what's really happening. Yes? And the supervisor goes to the supervisee and tells them this and this and this wasn't how it should have been. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the idea of the supervisor? Mm-hmm. And you notice supervisors are very present, for example, in psychological groups, because our training, we used to have supervisors. So you notice, for example, when you are here, something happens and you suddenly think the client isn't doing this properly, or the facilitator isn't doing this properly, or why isn't the facilitator doing this? She should be doing this. Why isn't the client doing this? She should be doing this. That's the supervisor. So the supervisor gone around and you suddenly got caught in it, right? And sometimes you come also to me, for example, and you say, why did you do this and this? I thought that wasn't good. You should have done this and this and this, which I always I appreciate to be supervised. Also, as a whole, I'm doing pretty good with the supervisor that I already have. You can't be supervised enough. You agree? And there's the big supervision called life. This is the final supervisor, and where there is no longer much of a dialogue, right? Life says, okay, this was 0, you're ending. You can't say, wait a moment, let's talk about this.
Let me try again, one more.
So, but one of the things that we've changed now in DDI is we no longer have supervision, we have now Supavision. Supavision, S-U-P-A. So Supa is a slang word in Sheng. Sheng is a Swahili youth slang, and it means beautiful. Supa. So we do now Supavision. So Supavision is, we look, for example, when our students work, we look at what's especially beautiful and powerful what they do, and we only focus on that. And the reason why is because if they would have known that they could have done that, they obviously would have done it. Now that they didn't do it, talking about what they could have done is sort of you know what I mean? That's like looking back and thinking, when I was I should have paid more attention in my math class in grade school. I wouldn't have the problem that I have today with my accounting. It's
So
not
at
gonna-
least now you can feel bad about it for 10 years to pay the price.
Yes. So I want to say, like, for those of you who are especially interested in learning about process work, experiment with just looking at what touches you. What touches you. And then go with what touches you, because that speaks to your deeper learning process and where you are at as a person. And you don't have to follow yet structure. Like frequently process workers think you have to know the structure before you can work with someone. But you can't know you can know the structure afterwards, but while you work with a person, you don't know the structure because you don't know where this is going. Are you with me? No, we are a mystery. Every person is a mystery. Every person deals with life completely different. You have no idea what the person does. And if you're starting to think, oh, I know what this person does, walk out. Take a break. Wow. So anyhow, this is my morning thing about some of the interactions we had yesterday. Joseph, you look happy. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I can't be reminded too many times on that one, because I'm always slipping back to the old supervisor stuff. And the other day, I find myself concentrating to find the structure and forgetting about being touched and where my heart goes. I always go back to the old habits. I noticed. I thought about that.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. The old habits are hard to break, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
And a supervisor is a role in the field,
Yeah.
especially in the Central European culture.
In a Swiss
No.
academic psychological field,
Yeah.
it's the most
Yeah.
important role. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, see? So the larger issue is a problem. Everybody is a little rechthaberisch at times, okay?
What is it?
Self-righteous.
Self-righteous. Now, as you know, or maybe you don't know, is that even now in the most structured science, like mathematics, even in mathematics, there's now a general consensus that there's nothing more anymore that's right. You can't even have a right mathematical theory because there is a opposite theory that is equally valid that contradicts the one that you think is right.
Whoa, that's
So
great.
even in math, so it's amazing to see that actually the world is working up to the fact that it's called diversity. I am right, but it doesn't mean you're wrong. You're right too, even if you say the complete opposite.
That's
Yes?
so great.
So I know, isn't it great?
I love it. Yeah.
Now, is it easy? No.
But also in the inner life,
Yeah.
because I thought I also have a hard time with the inner supervisor who doesn't want to
say
change.
more, because that's what I was going to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, there's the outer one, but then inside, I might start at the beginning, focus on something I loved or I had a really good experience and I feel touched. And then later it comes, wait a minute. Why did you do that? Shouldn't you have done that? You miss that, and then it can go. And it's hard to stop that one.
If the moment you start to judge others, the same judge is non-local. He, she is enjoying judging someone else, and the moment no one else is around, they turn towards you.
Yeah. No!
Right?
Yeah.
So practice a little bit supervision, and then you notice after a while also, I think your inner life becomes happier and more at ease, because you think, okay, this was maybe not perfect, but it's what it is. Okay.
Wow.
Benjamin, you wanted to say something?
Well, I just had this. So if I feel judged by somebody, what do I do then? Then how do I supervise that?
Oh, this
judge?
is so good. I'm so glad you're asking this. I'm so glad you're asking.
You're judging so well. Thank you.
Yes, yes. We had a discussion about this. This morning, Ellen and me. So some of you are familiar with Castaneda, right? So Castaneda, so Don Juan is a shaman teacher who don't familiar with Castaneda. It's a book about South American shamanism, a series of books. And the conversation is he has with Castaneda, who is a North American student of his. They're talking about the old tradition, Toltec tradition of shamanism. And Don Juan says, the reason why during the colonization, he says, I'm quoting him, he said, the reason why during the colonization, the old Toltec teachers, many of them disappeared and died, was because they underestimated the power of insult, personal insult. They said they felt they had like this amazing knowledge about all these various realms and realities, but they underestimated what happens to a person if they get insulted. They get moody. They get moody and they want to fight back. So the moment you get judged, you want to like, why you say, no. The reason I did that is because of this or this, like as if that would make a difference, right? So, no. And so you want to fight back.
Yeah.
So these moods are very powerful. So the moment you're getting judged, Don Juan says, is an opportunity. It's a one-time in a lifetime opportunity to take yourself less serious.
Wow,
That's great.
that's cool.
It is.
What?
That's very cool.
Yeah. I love it too.
Yeah.
Now, I think that's very hard to do. I have some great teachers. I think I have some really great teachers. One of them is a Kenyan friend who had a conversation with 15 years ago. And then she said, yeah, that's what I do. Then she looked at me and says, go ahead and judge me. That really threw me. I never heard that. Go ahead and judge me. So we've been trying that for a while. That looks pretty good.
It does, yeah, it's very good.
So try that, Benjamin. If someone judges you, you can say, good for you, go ahead and judge me. You like it?
Suck it up.
Suck
Suck it up?
Like, you don't like me? Suck it up.
I see.
Enjoy a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Just imagine they should have the rights to don't like
You
me.
can switch also roles. For example, you can say, I think you don't like me. And I think about half the time that makes two of us.
Thank you for saying that. I was thinking the same.
You can say.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, with other words, these are opportunities to take yourself less serious. No? It's a discipline.
Yeah.
And then Don Juan has this whole thing where he says, this is an act of discipline, you have to practice it. You have to practice it daily. And he said, if you're lucky, you end up in a situation where you're being judged by someone that you can't get out of. Like you have a job that you can't get out of, or you're an immigrant in an area where everyone looks down at immigrants. And then Don Juan says, this is what all in our school, all shamans hope for.
Wow.
Because there you can really practice to take yourself less serious. Now in process work, what that means is, we're judging roles. If someone judges you, they judge a role. They don't know anything about you. They don't know what you dreamt at night. Isn't one of the reasons when you work here in the center with people is you notice that maybe in the beginning you had some kind of a judgment who the person was, and then you work with a person, then you see actually what I thought in the beginning has nothing to do with what actually happens in that person's life. I see some of you nodding. Isn't that the concept of beautiful people is go underneath and you see behind all roles and whatever happens is a human being in the middle of an inner issue, how to bring who they are into this world. So, yeah.
And it works vice versa. When you worked with me, I discovered myself in a way I haven't discovered yet.
Yeah, because when you haven't discovered yet, who were you identified with?
Oh.
That's the old T-shirt.
Yeah.
No? Like who dresses you in the morning? Who picks the clothes? Who buys the T-shirt? Who puts it on? There's some sort of an identity that goes with all of this, right? So what roles do we fit in? So the power of roles are amazing. And
does it also work with the inner critic?
what's that?
Inner voices that always say you're not good, you have to do other things, you're not okay, you're always doing wrong. This inner voice, many people have also, I know it.
Yeah.
And
So that's a cultural thing, it's a role.
It's a role, yes. But how to treat with this role is...
The first thing is to realize, for example, I have a much stronger critic when I come to Germany or Switzerland. I do. Yeah. Or for example, in some cultures, I feel really old. In some cultures, I feel really young. For example, where we live, I go in the gym, I go in the locker room, and there's the 20 years old, and they say, hey bro, how's it going? You know? I go in another culture and they say, sir? And I think like, suddenly I feel like, okay, I'm 120. You know what I mean? So with other words, the environment creates your mindset. So that's the basic idea. These roles come into you, you understand yourself as in connection. We don't have identities that we can hold on to apart from our night dreams. They're fleeting, otherwise we're being filled by these roles. And they're systemic. That's not something that you can fix. You can process it, but you can't fix it. It's not fixable. That doesn't make you feel better, I see.
No, I just looking for a way how to deal with this inner critic, how to deal with this role. And I thought maybe this is a way, but
Yeah.
I didn't really get it.
Well, different people have different ways how. So your life myth and your dreams give a path how to deal with the pressure of consensus reality. So inner critic is a pressure of the consensus reality. Okay, so let me say, and not everybody's into it, let me say one more word. So, do you guys know about the bardo?
Yeah.
Yes?
No.
Bardo? So when it's a Tibetan concept, when you die, then you go through different stages. And during those stages, all these ghosts come up and they scare you and they make your life miserable. And then if you touch them and you notice that they're actually not real, they're just fictions of your imagination, they disappear. So, Elizabeth, if you realize inner critics are not real, they belong to a dreaming process of the culture that you're in. And different people have different ways of finding out and touching these inner critics and realize they're not real. You guys follow me a little bit?
Could you even say, like, if you think of the works yesterday where we saw the polarization of the roles, like like even in Sue's work, or you see the roles, and then there's the possibility to step outside of the role polarization and connect with something else.
That's a really good example. Sue was no longer caught by the role itself and came up with new creative ideas of how to deal with it. So it's how to help the person to find their creative way of doing. But somebody else might have done something completely different. Somebody else might have used the fist and punched or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you pick up the energy of the puncher. Yeah. Yeah? Moritz?
Just a quick thought on that also, on maybe how to deal with it. Maybe you could, like a way I would also do, is be inside and then listen to the inner critic, and then just take him, put him together and throw him out of the window, and then see what happens.
I like it.
It's beautiful.
It comes back, then you're like, again, or anything, you know, but you can, like, then you kind of realize, okay, it's not real, as you said.
Yes, and then the inner critic says, well, you got rid of me yesterday, but I'm here today. I'm here today. And over here says, I know, I was waiting for you. I will throw you out of the window again. Well, you can't throw me out of the window your whole life. Yes, I can. Watch me.
I'm going to get strong arms every...
Watch me, and each time it's going to be a little easier. But you know you will never able to really finish me off. I don't want to finish you off. I enjoy throwing you out of the window every day. Yeah, but it's going to take a lot of focus and a lot of energy, and you could use it for other things. Not anymore. It doesn't take a lot of focus and energy to go to the bathroom in the morning. It's a normal thing that I do without thinking, and throwing you out of the window is becoming a normal thing I do without thinking. So like, you got to stop over there talking to me. You got to look for someone else. No, find someone else. I'm going to throw you out of the window every day.
That's so cute. That was great.
You like?
Beautiful.
You like?
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
There's only one small question. I didn't understand. You said when you spoke about who bought your T-shirts and so forth, and then I'm always identified with different roles. But did I hear you saying in my dreams?
Did you dream something last night?
Pardon me?
Did you dream? You remember a dream last night?
I don't remember. I dreamt a lot, but I don't remember.
You remember any dreams you had these last 2 weeks? Even a fragment? No.
No, no.
Okay. How about, like, just look at your hand for a moment? Yeah. And I like how you place it there. Can you just keep it there for a moment? Okay? And now close your eyes and open up to the experience of having your hand there. Till you can enjoy. You find the part that's good for you. That's why the hand wanted to go there, because the hand's smart. Yeah, this looks good on you. What happened?
I tried to be just me.
Who is the me in here?
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Sweet. So sweet.
Yeah. How would she dress?
The only word that comes into my mind is free.
Free. Free. Yeah. She dressed free. Maybe she wouldn't even dress. Beautiful. Yeah, she's free. Everybody starts to dress more freely, by the way. It's also a time spirit. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
So, not everybody, but there's a general trend of dressing more freely.
Yeah.
Even now, men sometimes don't just wear black and blue anymore. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what shall we do tomorrow? When should we start?